success isn't given, it's earned. With a combination of...
Evening, Finn. Finn, Ricky is on 37 subs. He needs 13 subs. Finn, he's from Scotland, right? And he told me in here that he was on a shitload of volume over the years, and up in Scotland years ago, a lot of lads that were addicts, they used to inject them fucking jelly eggs, right? And a lot of them lost limbs and shit. Are you kidding? Fire! Look at that. 37 subs, Ricky. May you'll have it by Friday. Like I said, and bro, listen to me. Make as many shorts as you can. It's like when you first come into the live and you were talking about it, like, I was like, my man would have a channel, would have a good channel, because, bro, look, you live in Scotland, or you're from Scotland, and years ago, you know, probably a lot of your friends injected them jellies, and a lot of people lost limbs. Scottish fella, Ricky, right? And you know what he used to take every day? 30 blues, right? And see him, I was in a hostel, right? What happened was, Ricky, yeah, I got sectioned. And when I got out of hospital, I had to present myself as homeless to the town hall. Does that make sense? So I was after getting out of Meadowbrook Psychiatric Facility in Manchester. I was on suicide watch. I tried to kill myself, right? And I was in a place. I ended up being sectioned for 12 weeks, bro, right? They sent me to Parkhouse. There's 2 psychiatric facilities in Manchester, Parkhouse and Meadowbrook, and I've been in 2 of them. I've been to both, right? And then they sent me to the Priory in Darlington, right? On suicide watch. I went on hunger strike, Ricky. I stopped eating food or refused meals. All I was doing was drinking, you know, the Ensures 3 times a day. I wasn't eating food, so they had to watch me. I had a chaperone with me 24/7. They don't fuck about with me because they know me history. I didn't leave a note, bro, and I tried it. I laid on a railway line, bro. You know, and only for God in the sky, bro, I'd be dead. You know, but for some reason he didn't want me to check out. Like I said, I've survived a lot of me mates over drugs. And in Scotland, like, I have family, bro, that went from the streets of Dublin as addicts, heroin addicts, and moved to Scotland for treatment. 4 in the same family were addicts. 4 of them, right? Now, before I come to England, I was the black sheep of my family that ended up turning into a shepherd, Ricky. I got thrown out of school at 13. Do you understand? I got thrown out of school at 13. I've educated myself. You know, I can have a conversation in a different language. I can speak bits of this and bits of that. I've no business knowing all that. Do you understand? Paul, down your veil, cunis, Guramila Mahaga, Bukel. See the fuck she is. See the she is. How about this? Down your trap, down your veil, Jude MacDonald's on him dumb, Guramila Mahagut in you come, Chucky Erla, Erengabra, Oglin Erin, shout out to me that. Down your veil. Don't come in my live and start giving me stick. Yeah, or I'll address you in Irish. And I'm not a tick mick. Jude MacDonald is on him dumb. Guramila Mahagut in you come. Chucky Erla, Erengabra, Oglin Erin, shout out to me da. Cunnis a thought too. No, bro, I just pay attention to the detail. You know, Guramila Mahagut and Cade Mila Falcha to everybody who comes in here. I fucking hated Irish in school. I hated it, Gaelic. I'd sooner play it than learn it. Slana Walya, we out. Nah, listen, like I said, it's like I've been around a few people. One of my friend's uncles worked in the Gaeltacht in Galway. I learned to speak a bit of it in prison. A few of me mates are patriots, some were Republicans that were executed. David Douglas, executed, yeah. He learnt me a little bit. I couldn't speak it, I couldn't write it. Someone showed me how to do it, so I didn't have to fight it. You know what, you have a good heart, Tim. You know, I posted a few photographs on my community page. He had a good heart, you know. Bro, you know the feds come and told him there was a significant risk to his life and his family's life. You know, Star Street Garda Station, Socko come to him. They told him, we've got a duty of care to inform you that you're on a list. You know, there's a green light on your dotty. Fuck off the toyland with your missus for a few months till it cools down. He wouldn't do it, bro. He wouldn't back down nor stand down.
When boyhood's fire was in my blood, I read of ancient freemen of Greece and Rome who bravely stood, 300 men and freemen. And then I prayed I yet might see our fetters rent in twain, and Ireland long a province be a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be a nation once again.
Yup.
And from that time through wildest woe, that hope has shone a firelight, nor God loves
Bro, may not tell you, yeah? Bro, how mad is this, yeah? You know that man who owns that shop? Do you want me to show you a photograph of his son? Hey. Bro, you know the man that owns that shop? Is it the Gap or near the Gap? Hey. My best mate, that's his dad. You know Neil Douglas from... Yeah, wait, 1 second. 1 minute. I want to show you something and tell me if you recognise anyone, right? Hang on. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Well, his son, right? He had 2 sons, and he's got 2 daughters as well. Danielle. He had a son, Paul, bro, right? That come to England, met a girl, got away from drugs, bumped into somebody that he used to pal around with, yeah, and overdosed in England. Give me a second, bro, I'll show you. That's my best friend, Neil Douglas. I'll show you now, bro. That's me knee as well, by the way. Look at that. Yup, out that. Look at the dint in that. Hey, straight out of Ballier. Look at the knee on it, look. You see, Anton? Hang on a minute. Let me find him. He's got a big head. I'm looking for it, bro. I'm trying to find it. Of that many photographs, the shit keeps loading. Give me a sec, bro. Look how big I used to be. Look at the neck on it, look. Look. Do you know that man there? He's a good man. I knew him before all yous knew him. Young Joe, he's a good fella. Give me a second, I'll show you now where to find it. There you go, bro. Do you recognise anyone in that photograph? Who am I sat next to? Who's that? Who's that there? Can you see? It's on my community page, bro. You'll be able to see better. One second, I'll show you, bro. 1 second. Right. That's Dougie. That's me. That's Deco. That's Glenn. That's Ian. And that's Snuggles. And that's Robert Murray's dad. Right there. That was at the funeral. Dougie's my best mate, bro. I've not spoke to him in years, though. You know. I posted a few photographs on my community page. 1 second here, just let me get this at an angle so it'll stay like that. Hang on. 1 second, bro. Nah, they're good times, you know. Old friends, like, you know. Look how slim I used to be, you understand? Look how slim I used to be. I coached him. Savage. Hey, look at him years ago. Look, the Bowsy, look. Look at the head on him. Look at that. There's three Bowsies there, look. Myself, Young Joe and John Joe. They're three Bowsies. Watch, hang on. Let me see. Have we any more Bowsies to show you? There's another Bowsie there. Look at the jaws on us, look. Look at the head in it there, look. Yup, with that. Give me a second. Here, wait. You know, I've not looked at these photographs for so fucking long. It's crazy, like. Give me a second. Yeah, look. Remember when I said I used to be a chef? Look. See me in the kitchen being a dickhead, look. Look at the head in it, look. In the uniform, look. Shout out to world champion here, Anthony Corolla, our pal. You can tell that's a Bowsie there looking at you, right? I look so different. Look at the head on him. Look at he's another Bowsie. They're everywhere I look. You know. Don't piss on me leg and tell me it's raining. Shout out to my Muslim brother. Alhamdulillah, you look handsome. You know. Shout out to my G. Yeah, look how handsome. Look at me dressed up like an Arab, look. Look how handsome I look, like Aladdin. You see? Like, they're good to look back on, you know. But there's some Bowsies there, I tell you now, man. Operation Bowsie. Shout out to me dad, look. In a Celtic jersey, you know. Look at the neck on me, look. Do you know how much weight I've lost? Like, I've lost an awful lot of weight, like. When I look back at them pictures and anyway, you know. But yeah, Neil is my best pal. It's like, you know. That's a belter of a picture, an old picture of myself, Joe and John Joe, you know. Oh. Would you look at them two Bowsies there, mate? I tell you now. Bowsie. But good lads, you know. Photographs are handy to have to show people up, you know. I want to show you me. Look, I've had these put offside for when I start doing a podcast with a couple of people. I need to have a proper think. It's like, cause there's so many people that I can do work with. Have you seen that? So these are old pictures of me, right? See that picture? That was drawn in the H blocks, that. See that? It was a present to me. And I fucking lost it. Look at the Bowsie, look at him. Look at that Bowsie there, look. Mr. Yowza Tyndall. That's as. He's another high roller, my down there, mate, I tell you. Yeah. No, I was trying to find something. There's another Bowsie there, look at Mr. Ian Gibbons. Like, there's a few people I could do something with and it'd be a good one, you know. But Irish, yeah. You know Austin. Austin is my mate's dad. He had two sons. One died in England, Paul. Paul was a good friend of mine as well. You know, I could tell you some stories about me and him. You know, like, because when I was going raving, I'm years ago, my eldest lad, his mum's from Cabra. The same, I introduced Dougie to his missus, you know, Elaine. She's a sister called Ashlyn who's seen Deco Lyons. Deco Lyons is in that picture. That's four brothers, me, Dougie, and Bert Starr. It's like a couple of people in these photographs aren't here anymore, you know. Who's that handsome fella there, look? Hey, who's that handsome fella, look? Who's that guy? Shout out to me dad, look. Me old dad, when he was sick, you know. Shout out to me dad, look. It's on the wall. All them bunch of houses there, look, I'm in the middle of them all. Look at me knee, bro, look. See that? Madness it is. Alright, Ash. Here. Look at me fucking hair. Posted a few photos on my community page. You might recognise a few people. I'll post a few more tomorrow. I hope you all have a good evening. On yourself. You give people bullets to fire, man. You know. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. And anyway, regardless what fucking nonsense that goes along, you know, I always think of your safety, you know. I always say, I hope he's alright, you know what I mean? Because I know what it's like in them facilities. You know. So but guys, can you do me a favour before I go? There's a few people on here who I purposely helped their channels by putting their channel name in every video, every short, every description I put out every day, every video description, whether it's a short or a live. I'll tag Finn. I'll tag the people that have supported me. Well, I'm hoping so, bro. It's like... but if you aren't sub to... I know you are sub to Finn's channel, right? Now, I told you Finn would have a good channel, right? Francie hit his first 100 yesterday, right? And he's got 12 birds. I thought I'd problems. He's got like fucking 7 or 8 parrots, 3 budgies, 2 canaries. You know, pimping. You know, Francie's the biggest pimp on here, other than Mousy. And if you're not sub to Mousy's channel, go over and have a look at it. Some of the content him and Fran is banging out at the minute. They're going into Dublin city centre and they're making content for use. You know. And I'm all for it. And there's another geezer in the community and his name is Ricky. He's on 37 subs, guys, right? His name will be in the description of this live when I end it. If you can go over and subscribe to his channel, because he's trying to get to 50 subs. And until you get 50 subs, you can't go live. But Ricky, make as many shorts as you can. Title them a certain thing. You know, a few thumbnails, boom, 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 boom. Bang them out, make as many shorts as you can while you're waiting to go live. You know, you're from Scotland, bro. You're very aware of certain things, and it's like you can have a good channel because you're talking about real shit. There's a lot of people, as you know, aren't here anymore because of opioids, because of our choices that we've made along the way. And here, to all the people out there that have called us names and said we were doing A, B, C, and D, piss in a cup for me, will you? Well, this is what I'm saying. In Scotland, according to statistics, in the 90s, a lot of people were getting these little capsules called jellies. And I think they were sticking a syringe in them and sucking the stuff out of them and then injecting them. And some people lost their fucking legs and all. You know, it's fucking suicide. I don't know nothing about jellies, but Ricky does. You know, he's lived in Scotland, and I'm sure he's had a lot of friends that have lost not just their limbs. You know, people have lost arms and legs, and they're going around in wheelchairs, and they were still injecting them. Like, I'll be honest with you, when I was on the gear, it's like I never injected, you know, I was terrified of needles, you know, because of HIV and transferring, you know, other people's blood into your blood that have HIV. It's a death sentence, you know. Well, you don't need to worry about me, mate. But thank you, and anyway, nah, it's like when I see other people's channels starting to grow, like Ricky come in my live a few weeks ago, and he's a real fella, and he told me he was on, right, so I remember being in the hostel. I'll tell you this real quick, right? And I knew this Scottish fella, right? And he was taking 30 Valium a day. You know, the blue ones, the diazepam, 10 milligram, 30 a day, right? Now, I never taught anybody to top that. I've got a high tolerance. I used to have a high tolerance. You know, it's like, but this guy, Ricky boy, was on 42 a day, or 47. And when I heard that, I was like, fucking hell. This geezer could have a good channel. And I know there's a lot of people that'd be interested, because, you know what I mean, he's got a good story, and I like to see people like that, like myself, you know, that have gone through fucking hell and still have purgatory to go through. And we know it. Do you understand here? There's only helping so many people. You know, if people choose not to listen to you, well then here, that's on you. It's like I'm not perfect. I've made loads of mistakes in life. I've relapsed many times. But I'll be honest with you, only for certain people in my life, I don't know where I'd be, you know, but I have me faith, and it's like me little man started school today. Do you understand? I want to see my little man walk. I want to see him with his little fucking school bag on. You understand? And that if that means staying sober, listen, my poison is that, the weed. You know, it's like I said, I want to do an egg and spoon race before I hit the fucking hay, you know. I want to see me son on sports day. You understand? Like, it's fuck addiction. Addiction, you're a selfish bastard. You know, like, I'm still on a lot of meds and I'm working on it. It's like, but when you put that shit in your body, you don't realise, like I said, I'm not perfect. I've made many mistakes and I've relapsed a few times, you know. But recovery isn't a country club, it's forever. you know, and acceptance, understanding, forgiveness, honesty, brutal honesty. If you're struggling with alcohol or drugs or mental health and you can't speak to your family, speak to somebody about it, because numbing yourself every day, you're going to wake up the next day with the same problem, and you're going to have an even bigger monkey on your back than I have on mine. And you shut your mouth. Call Raven has to be a fairy. How about that? We're out. Right, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow, but if you can do me a favour, yeah? I like to try help people and their channels get airtime. Do you understand? And anybody who has gone through addiction and had been on 47 Valium a day, 10 milligram Valium, and isn't dead, it's unreal. And like I said, myself, Finn, Francie, Pablo, we're all very similar. Do you understand? And Ricky is from Scotland. I couldn't give a fuck whether he's Protestant or not. I'm here for a story. I like brutal honesty. And it's because of people like me, Finn, Francie, Pablo, that people can be themselves in here. And you don't have to put anything on. And you don't need a fucking generic for, you know, to be yourself. And if people can't accept it and accept you for who you are, well then here, fuck you. You know, anyway, good night, God bless. If you're not sub to Francie, Finn, Pablo, Andrew, Richard, Mark Richardson, Richard Dowling, Spencer McDermott, Mousy, Straight Out Cabra Francie, go give him a sub, yeah. He's one on front.